Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm going to teach you 4 ways that you can future-proof your social media influence. By future-proof, we mean just make sure that you don't have to be dependent on social media to be able to grow your following and to be able to monetize from all the hard work and hustle you've put in. So check it out and hope you enjoy. My name is Idia Ogala, and I'm a marketing and content strategist based in New York City. Over the last 10 years, I've worked with and for brands like the NBA, Amazon, Disney, Coors Light, a whole bunch, just pretty much helping them create marketing strategies that allow for them to be able to scale their engagement and also just obviously make money. The spaces I've dabbled in have been in the tech industry, influencer marketing industry, and marketing partnerships. So the goal of this channel, right, is to decode some of these multi-million-dollar marketing strategies that the corporations are using to be able to power their businesses, right? But then repackage that and create actionable steps that you can take to build your brand and to make money in the process. All right, so this video is going to focus on the TikTok ban. I don't know if you've been familiar with what's happening, but pretty much the Trump administration a couple of months ago issued an executive order that pretty much is threatening the existence of TikTok. So what it's saying is that the app is pretty much compromising the information of U.S. users, and Trump gave TikTok a deadline for mid-November to pretty much force the sale of the company to a US-based company, and if they don't do that, he'll proactively take the steps to completely ban the app. We actually received word today that TikTok was going to be removed from US app stores beginning this Sunday. And again, they're in talks with Oracle to try and see if they can come up with some sort of deal. But if something doesn't happen, the platform could be threatened for US users. So what does this mean for you? I know thousands of TikTok creators that literally took advantage of, this pandemic to be able to really get in their content bag. And now they, face a situation where everything they've probably built to work for on the US side of the TikTok app is being threatened. They maybe have 500,000, 1 million followers, whatever the case may be, and now they're trying to figure out how they can kind of prolong that, how they can make sure that whatever they decide, whatever US decides in the coming weeks, coming months, that they're not impacted by it. They're still able to get these brand partnership deals. They're still able to leverage an audience that tapped into the skill set that they're providing, right? So this is why I put together an article, and the link is in the description. It's pretty much just detailing my recommendation on what people should do to be able to kind of prolong this influence. But also in this video, we'll get to it and we'll give you some tips that we think can help you extend your reach, help you not have to rely on social media, and then just help you be able to strengthen your business, strengthen your personal brand. Because while we know that social media is where it's at, and our generation feels that having a presence online means that you're cemented, there's a lot more to it when it comes to brand building and sustainability. So that's what we want to talk about here today. One example I like to use, right? I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this TikTok thing is reminding me of, a similar situation with Vine back in the day after Twitter acquired it. It was still active for I believe a couple of months. And then, we woke up one morning and everything was pretty much gone, and they shut it down. So, not saying that this TikTok situation is similar in terms of an acquisition to shut down, but what I'm saying is it's important to make sure that you learn from the influencers who were prominent and doing well on Vine, only to wake up one morning and realize their influence was eliminated. We want to make sure that we can be proactive in our approach and our strategy. So here we go. This is the overview, and here are 4 ways you can future-proof your influence. Number 1 is to make sure your name is uniform across all platforms, right? Sounds very basic. I know you've heard about this multiple times. It's just the easiest, most foolproof way to ensure that if something were to happen on, let's say, TikTok, you wake up tomorrow, it's banned and you can't leverage it the way you want to leverage it, that your audience is able to find you on other mediums and still get the marketing tips, the fashion tips, the laughs if you're a comedian, that you normally will be given to them on TikTok. So during this period of time, I would recommend, if you can, right? Sometimes you have a generic name, you can't squat on a couple of other handles, or someone's occupying it, but I think get as close as humanly possible and continue to put out content, so that way people can, kind of align your name, your brand name, to what they'll be able to find on other platforms, should you not be able to use TikTok moving forward. Another approach here you can take is also making sure that you have a link tree or something along those lines, where you're essentially leveraging the real estate on your TikTok profile to be able to then point people to your Instagram, to your website, to a YouTube account that you're using to create content, maybe a more long form content than what you're doing on TikTok. I think it's very, very important, very, very critical. You want to make sure that those people are getting those reps. I liken this to how organizations, multi-million-dollar companies, spend millions of dollars in advertising, and it's not always to be able to make a sale, right? It's not always to be able to convince us to buy something in the moment. Sometimes it's just for name recognition. They just want their product to be top of mind, so that whenever we are ready to make that purchase, right, we're able to think of them top of mind. So if you're a comedian, you want people to pretty much say, all right, cool, like something just happened in pop culture, I need to hear a comedian's take on this, I gotta find this person. Oh, their TikTok doesn't exist anymore, I can go on Instagram, type in something similar, and still be able to get their content. So that's number one. Number two, okay, is to expand your influence beyond social media, right? This sounds very general, but I'll break it down for you guys. In my opinion, true credibility is tied to more traditional forms of media, right? More traditional forms of media consumption. This means that let's say a feature in a publication like Forbes, right? An interview in an ABC News. You feel me? Like keynoting, a TEDx conference, South by Southwest, CultureCon, something along those lines. I feel like it just positions you as an expert and allows you to reach an audience beyond what you currently are at, right? So you're leveraging the audience that feels you're an expert in something to be able to take that next step and win over an audience that's pretty much positioned to care about you and want to know how you can add value for them in their lives, right? So what I like to say is take advantage of this leverage and try to expand your profile when it comes to public relations, when it comes to features on other traditional forms and everything. So what does this look like, right? If you're a top level content creator, you're pretty much good with strategy and execute. You've mastered new media. You're an authority in the digital space, right? So there are people who would love to hear from you, whether it's about being a young entrepreneur, whether it's about creating content that can go viral. There's dozens of opportunities for you to be an industry expert and be able to provide value for people that want to hear from you and learn from you. So one way to go about doing this and to kind of gain exposure to these new opportunities is a platform called Haro, right? And it stands for Help a Reporter Out, right? So if you go to haro.com, it's pretty much a platform. It's one of my favorite ones. It's pretty much a platform with an objective to help reporters and help journalists and stuff like that who are working at various size publications, from the really, really tiny ones to the massive ones, like I said before, Forbes, Rolling Stone, New York Times, and stuff like that. It helps pair those professionals with industry experts that they're able to provide quotes, right? So how it works is I get I'm signed up for the free tier. Right, they have paid versions, but the free one gives you 3 newsletters a day. They send you information every day that's subcategorized by like business and finance, technology, healthcare, and all these different categories, and I can kind of sift through and see what journalists, what editors are working on, whether it's a podcast, people are working on, obviously, regular full-length articles, you feel me, top 10, top 20 lists, TV segments, the list goes on. So you can go there and pretty much see if your specific niche, if your specific expertise aligns with what it is that they need to be able to build their story or build, their column, whatever the case may be. And then you can email them and pitch why you would be a good fit for what they're working on. So I know a lot of people who ended up in Forbes, New York Times, Wall Street Journal for their finance business, right? And then now that allows them to get their branding and their name and their social media handles in these different publications, they're seen as an expert, as someone who's very, very credible, and then they're able to leverage that, opportunity, leverage that association to be able to drive more business, to be able to get featured in other areas, to be able to go teach at a university and say, I'm a Forbes featured finance expert, so now let me teach one class on personal finance. You feel me? So there's a lot of ways to go about doing it, but Haro is an amazing app you should check out. If you don't want to do Haro, if you want a more active approach as opposed to reaction based, with Haro and all the incoming leads, is to hire a PR professional, right? Public relations professionals, their job are to assist you in generating a positive public image, right? So they can put together a strategy on your behalf that kind of outlines your brand's position, how you want to position yourself, externally beyond social media, and then they can pursue different media opportunities on your behalf that align with what it is you want to do. Right. So again, I have a lot of friends who are in the PR space, and they've been able to secure their clients full-length features in magazines, in digital publications and stuff like that. Obviously booking them for in-person speaking engagements and conferences and things of that nature. TV appearances. And so again, it just allows you to kind of stretch beyond the horizon that you're used to, and now you're able to position yourself as an expert in what it is that you're doing, and then tap into new audiences. A PR professional, it could be costly, right? Some people charge up to $1,000 every 1 to 2 months, depending on how long their campaign is. Some PR professionals, one term is 30 days, others another term is 60 days, whatever the case may be. But it's a worthwhile investment, especially if you have products to sell. Some discount options that exist are on marketplaces, on freelance marketplaces like Fiverr. You should check it out. Fiverr is really dope. Fiverr.com. Link in the description, as well as Upwork. And Upwork is another one. Again, they have PR professionals that are willing to work for you for as little as $35 an hour. So you can check that out, definitely. All right, so the third one, right? Creative partnerships, right? Strategic content partnerships. So I'm a partnerships professional for the most part. Partnership, what that means in the business sense is pretty much two people being able to leverage their skills, their resources to be able to help each other scale at a faster rate, right? So one example of a creative partnership that really speaks to me and really stands out in culture in general is a partnership between Kanye West and Adidas, right? Kanye had the creative design, right? He had his thumb on the pulse of culture. Obviously, he's a pop culture icon and everything because of music and because of his fashion accomplishments. When he was in the deal with Nike, he wasn't getting what he wanted in terms of creative freedom, in terms of ability to scale, in terms of ability to retain ownership and things of that nature, right? So he was looking for a better situation. Adidas, which was trying to increase their market share in the sneaker space, they were competing against companies like Nike, right? So to them, it's like a no-brainer that they can align with someone who has the ear of younger generations, is creative, right? So it's a match made in heaven for both. They have the resources, they have the capital, maybe they have the production, factories and the know-how there to be able to scale what Kanye is working on. So that was obviously a partnership, a match made in heaven, and $1 billion empire that was amassed. So what can you learn from that, right? What can you pull away from that example to be able to scale yourself and your business? In the event that TikTok disappears, in the event that TikTok is banned and you're not able to, leverage it as much as you're leveraging it now, you want to do your best to align with people who have similar levels of platform outside of TikTok, right? You want to be able to do that because it's like one hand washes the other. You can still help other people be able to get more exposure, because at the end of the day, until this takes place, if it ever takes place, you have a couple of months to be able to extract value from your audience, so you can tap into, for example, if you're a fashion designer, right, and you're on TikTok showing people how to make clothes, right, you can tap into a fashion designer on YouTube, promotes each other's work. So you guys can do some joint videos, post it on your TikTok, tagging her so she can build up her TikTok audience, or so she can just get people to visit her website, right? And then vice versa. You can create a YouTube page and then leverage that partnership with that creator, have them tag you in all the posts and mention everyone to follow you on YouTube, and then now you're able to be positioned on YouTube as a authority in the fashion space, and now you're able to develop an audience faster. So if you do this with picking one person within your niche on multiple platforms that you would like to grow your following with, or you just do some guest appearances and drive all that traffic to your website or something, that's a way to be able to leverage your TikTok following while you still can, while it's still at an all-time high, while people find immense value in it. So an example, and you will see in the article, again, link in the bio, it's my LinkedIn, or link in the description, it's my LinkedIn article about these 4 ways to future-proof your influence. You'll see an example between obviously Hollywood icon Will Smith, right, and pop star, if you will, Jason Derulo. So they've done a lot of this, amassing their TikTok following, but also kind of like calling back some of that content and posting it on Instagram to be able to leverage that engagement and grow their personal Instagram accounts. Jason Derulo, he had a little bit less than less than 10 million followers on Instagram last time I checked. Will is massive on that platform, but Jason Derulo was able to leverage his TikTok virality, right, and all of the excitement and engagement there to be able to bring followers back on his Instagram. So you can check out that mini little case study. Has some really cool stats, including both of them amassing nearly 300 million in reach over the span of a couple of weeks of doing back and forth content, and also Jason gaining about 10% follower increase on Instagram. So you can check it out and watch some of the videos if you haven't already. Okay, so the fourth and final step or way, in my opinion, is to just prioritize information, to make sure that you are doing your best to turn your following into people that you can remarket to. Essentially take all the social media clout, right? The clout that you've amassed, whether it's likes, whether it's followers, whether it's comments, engagement in general, right? You want to take that, you want to turn that into currency, right? And the best form of digital currency is data, right? I'm not talking about the crazy uses of data that some of these organizations are kind of using. I'm talking about more so emails, right? So let's focus on emails for a second. So I'm gonna read some stats for you guys. 40% of business-to-business marketers say email marketing is critical for content marketing success, right? 73% of millennials prefer communications from businesses to come via email, right? And 99% of consumers check their email every day, and it's by far preferred as the best way to receive updates from brands, right? So why am I giving you all this business-to-business stats, right? You're probably like, why? Like, why are you telling me that? Because you're a CEO, right? You're the CEO of your brand. You're the CMO of your brand. And if you want to make sure that you have a prolonged effect on people that you've engaged with, you need to make sure that you're following those same strategies that those CMOs and CEOs are following. So you got to do your best to be able to convert those followers to email addresses and cell phone numbers and names. Put a name, a face, and email to the people who've been engaging with you, so that way you can expand your audience and be able to continue to communicate with them no matter what happens, right? So what tools allow you to achieve this? There are plenty of platforms. There's MailChimp, there's Drip, there's Constant Contact, there's GetResponse. I specifically use GetResponse. I think GetResponse is really dope. You'll see it as a link down in the description for you to check it out. It pretty much is a marketing software that offers you an opportunity to grow your audience, offers you an opportunity to sell products. So you can make a landing page, you can create a contact form. I know many of you have seen contact forms that you fill out for a free download of a podcast episode or of a ebook or something along those lines, and that's called a lead magnet that people use to be able to get your email, right, for value. So they give you something in exchange from your ability to fill out a form, and then from there you're able to leverage that email because that person is very niche. That person loves ebooks. You know, that person loves laughter and comedy, right? So now you can always, anytime you have a new video or something along those lines, or you're trying to sell tickets to a comedy show, you can always remarket to that person. That's the value of email marketing. So for more context, I'll use, you know, myself in my case, and, you know, let's say a marketing consulting business for social media influencers, right? Let's say that's something that I'm trying to position myself with, right? I would be trying to convert my, you know, 13,000 followers across LinkedIn and Instagram, convert those as many people as possible to email leads, right? Then I'm able to use those emails to be able to send, you know, newsletter to with tips on how to market yourself. You feel me? Exclusive offers for maybe brand partners that I'm aligned with for marketing technology that lets influencers be able to, I don't know, run more efficient campaigns. There's a lot of different things that then I can do, but I don't have to rely on a platform I don't own to be able to communicate with the people that I care about. So this is what it looks like. It's a 3-step process. First, you have to pick a service. So like I said before, GetResponse is my go-to service, and create a form. So the form has basic fields, you know, first and last name, phone number, email address, whatever the case may be, right? Then you want to identify, number 2, identify a lead magnet. So for me, it might be like let's say a PDF that just gives you free marketing strategy, you feel me, tips or something along those lines. Or it might be a raffle where it's like raffling off one free consultation to an influencer. All you gotta do is fill out the form. So when I identify what the lead magnet looks like, right, let's just go with the whole free marketing session idea. Then I create a compelling graphic with the call to action. So that would look like, you know, me sitting there smiling, and then, I don't know, on the left hand side it say, you know, get a free course or a free, you know, consulting session, value $250. All you got to do is just fill out the link in the bio. So I'd use a platform like Canva or Photoshop or whatever to be able to create that graphic, put a clear and concise call to action both in the visual and, you know, in the link. And then from there, I'll be able to drive people to go fill out the form, be able to get their emails, raffle off that free course, and just keep doing that. You know, once a week. It can be giveaways. It could be, again, a free ebook. It could be, you know, me offering to buy someone a pair of Beats. Whatever the case may be, I can get creative. But whatever it is, all I know is that every time I run that same little campaign, that little post on my Instagram, or every time I run that post on Twitter, it allows me to get 10%. 11%, 12%, 13%. It increases the number of followers that I'm able to convert into the data that I can then remarket to in the future for, you know, other products, launches, and you know, just other opportunities, workshops, classes, things of that nature. So you want to definitely pick a service, create a form, right? Identify what your lead magnet looks like, how you're going to attract people to be able to come and to be able to say, damn, I want to give this person my information. You feel me? No, luckily for you guys have been doing it for some time, where people might just say to themselves, nah, whatever she's doing, I'm just going to fill it out anyway. I'm going to, you know, hold it down anyway. And then you get the information. But you always want to entice, you know, people to be able to click through and follow a process, create a compelling visual. And then you want to publish it to your social media and put the link to the form in your bio, and do this maybe like once a week. I have pretty dope examples. One of my homies, Pauliana Reed, she does Mentor Mondays. And then my other homie, Jacques Bastian, he has a course called Creative Freedom, and he does this with his Creative Freedom course periodically to be able to, you know, grab people's attention, offer them a free mini webinar. And then from there, he's able to put them in his marketing funnel and upsell them on things in the future, and maybe just communicate with them. Just so if he's ever doing anything, he can just let people know what he's doing. He doesn't have to rely on Instagram after a certain point in time. So the example right there with TikTok would be, you know, creating a compelling video, right? Just telling people what to do. Go in the link in the bio. I'll be picking someone at random to be able to give them X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be. And then in the bio, people can click that, fill out the form, and now you're able to convert some of these, you know, some of your 500,000 TikTok loyal fans into emails that then you can remarket them, YouTube videos, Instagram videos, .com blog posts, LinkedIn blog posts, all that good stuff. So number one, to recap, is to make sure that your name and your content is just uniform across all platforms, right? Number two, expand your influence beyond social media, and this is just being willing, being open, to having a conversation with PR professionals, and using free tools that allow you to be able to get that exposure beyond what it is that you're doing in your specific niche. Number three, get in your creative bag. Try and reach out to creators that align with what you're doing and that have a following on other platforms, to be able to form a strategic content partnership with them and create cool shit. And then the last step would be to prioritize data. Data is king. You want to do your best to be able to extract as much value as possible, and then you want to stash that. Create an email list, leave it in an Excel sheet, leave it in Google Docs, whatever the case may be. Whenever you're ready, then you start communicating with people, or you create a newsletter and start sending people, videos and stuff that you're working on. You don't have to rush, right? But you want to make sure that you're starting the process of extracting that value, so you're not reliant if shit hits the fan. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. There'll be more videos like this to come, I promise. If you can drop a comment and just let me know if there are any other creative ways that and that you would like to recommend where people can future-proof their brand, that would be awesome. And also check the description below. I have the full article for you to check out. If you have any questions, please hit me up on Instagram at Idia Ogala, Twitter at Idia Ogala, LinkedIn, /IN/Idia Ogala, IdiaOgala.com. Just hit me. I got you, and we can talk and help you create some cool stuff. All right, peace.